And let's take a listen to the next history noise.
Next history noise.
Paul
That was
and Mark.
A zip?
It was a zip, yeah. Why is zip particularly historical this week?
Must be the 100th anniversary of the zip.
100th anniversary of the zip.
Yes, it's been 100 years to the day since a man first went, ah, no, that's just making it worse. Yeah, I tell you what, if cats don't like being stroked, they should try that. The zip appears in the top 5 of the list of 100 greatest inventions of all time. Can you tell me what else might appear in that top 5?
There's a moth in the studio. Moths. A moth. Fire. Fire's got to be one of the top inventions, isn't it?
No. I think fire was a discovery more than an invention.
Oh.
That moth is very, very excited. Someone's got something very old out the wardrobe. I think it's that gentleman's jumper.
It shows you how interesting this programme is. Everybody's focus is now on that moth. So, yeah, the fire. Yeah, fire. So fire's a discovery.
Let's take a look at the top 5. They are in order. The corkscrew, or bottle opener.
Yes.
The optical lens, the zip fastener, the cigarette lighter...
Fire! Portable fire, I should have said.
What about the moth zapper? Really do with one now.
I told you to wait in the van.
According to the Daily Telegraph, in musical terms, a song is an unlikely combination of choral and rap, known as crap.
I think I'd rather like that. What? Zadok. Really good.
You'll never guess what I just imagined. I imagined that was empty.
It's the best reaction I've ever got out of Paul.
You've never said before. Oh, well, that's guaranteed that to be in, otherwise you won't explain this to anybody. Oh, dear.
How did News International senior executive James Murdoch boast about the way the company was handling the scandal only a week ago?
Well, he said that they've contained the scandal and it's now in a box.
Yeah.
Yes, he said, we were really able to put this problem in a box marked fuck up.
You called him a mafia don.
Yeah.
Which isn't nice, is it?
Well, they were very upset about it, and they sent me a letter of complaint.
Really?
Pinned to a horse's head.
What happens to the rest of the horse? I mean, doesn't anyone ever get a horse's arse?
I suppose it must be for more minor misdemeanours, you know.
What, a horse's arse? I think it'd be worse than a horse's head. Wouldn't you, waking up next to a horse's arse?
It's like...
I think there's something personal about that.
You might say that a horse's arse was more flirtatious, though.
Flirtatious?
That's an odd word to pick.
That's an interesting window into your life.
What, according to The Observer, did Rupert Murdoch do when Gordon Brown became PM and initiated an investigation into the phone hacking?
He phoned up number 10.
After the Guizy?
Yeah.
Their source was an ex-minister who wants to remain anonymous.
Do you think, though, that Murdoch could just ring up number 10 during your time there?
I know nothing.
You know nothing? Is that why you were in the cabinet?
So what did you think of him then?
What, Gordon?
Yeah, he was all right, wasn't he?
He was the Prime Minister.
Yeah. And you can't have a more ringing endorsement than that.
The News of the World may be dead, but its wretched ghost continues to haunt. The News of the World paid a private investigator to carry out surveillance on the hacking victim's lawyer, Mark Lewis, which involved following the ex-wife of Mr. Lewis and his teenage daughter as they visited a branch of Tesco. Well, if you're looking to intimidate someone, every little helps.
On the subject of
Yes,
the
let's.
paranormal.
Yeah.
Who else recently revealed that they had seen a ghost?
The sexy leader.
The boxer Alex Salmond.
Yes, it was Alex Salmond. He told reporters, I have seen a photo, which I know was not forged or created, that will give anyone serious thought about these things.
The man currently on a train to Devon. Hello there. Would you like to see my SN penis?
So, this is the apparition in a Torquay museum that's been dubbed Britain's sexiest ghost. The museum manager claimed the haunted exhibit is Devon's only human mummy. And having seen some of the mums in Plymouth, I think he might be right.
Time for the odd one out round. Paul and Bernard, Antigone, Samuel Pepys, Bernard Cribbins, and some Franciscan monks in Leicester.
Antigone, I don't know anything about it.
I did the play once.
Something to do with your career, Bernard.
Storytelling?
Storytelling.
No. Well, we'll keep going.
We know it. It's to do with holes and burying.
Ah.
Because hole in the ground.
Bernard did a song called Hole in the Ground.
Hole in the ground, yeah.
How did it go?
There I was, a digging me soul, hole in the ground, so big as all around it was, and there was I. It was Noel Coward's favourite when he did Desert Island Discs. And he said, if you could only have one record, Mr. Coward, which would you take? He said, I'd take Mr. Cribbins doing Hole in the Ground. Why? I could translate it into French as I walked up and down the beach.
True. It's about burying, because Antigone was trying to bury her brother. And her uncle wouldn't let her.
The Leicester must be the Richard III burial.
They want to bury him, or they did bury him.
Or they buried him in a car park.
What we're looking for is an odd one out.
So they've all buried things.
They all put stuff in a hole in the ground, apart from Bernard, who just sang about it.
I actually put a man in there.
Oh, OK, so Samuel Pepys.
There's a clue.
Because it wasn't a man, it was cheese.
Yes. They all buried someone apart from Samuel Pepys, who buried his cheese, and that's not a euphemism.
His cheese.
I'm right, said Fred.
Right, said Fred. That finished with somebody getting squashed as well.
Did you have any hits not involving fatalities?
No, there were a couple of hymns, but
In Greek mythology, Antigone buried her dead brother. And how's the story end, Ian?
Badly. It's a Greek tragedy, everyone dies.
Yeah. So Antigone was sentenced to death to be buried alive.
Yeah, not good.
So she hung herself.
Yeah, and then Bernard did a really funny song about it.
Stop hanging about, Antigone. You're making a mess on the floor.
We just cleaned up last Saturday. We don't want to do it no more.
Tony Gibbon.
Because they've all buried someone, apart from Samuel Pepys, who buried his cheese to save it from the Great Fire of London. The monks who buried Richard III wore grey garments and were hence known as the Grey Friars, just as those who wore black garments were known as the Black Friars, and the profound thinkers who ate a lot, the Deep Fat Friars.
So, Ruth, everyone makes mistakes. Is all forgiven?
Yes, as long as he never referees for us again.
Well, this is what you tweeted after the game. You are kidding me. Sick. But what a shift from Scotland. Bloody heroes all. Were you a bit tipsy when you sent that tweet?
My partner is Irish, and the Ireland game was on directly before the Scotland game, so we may have been enjoying a convivial atmosphere in Edinburgh's finest wining and dining establishments for 7 hours by the time that tweet was sent. Yes.
And to be fair, you were probably still rat-ass from when England went out the week before.
Any other tweets you may have regretted? Ruth said of kicker Greg Laidlaw, I think I love Greg Laidlaw in a way that we'd both find uncomfortable. Wow, that would be quite a conversion.
There were a lot of people that tweeted back, especially heterosexual married men, that said they felt the same.
Are we back to nailing people against the wall?
Are you asking?
Should the rest of us just discreetly leave at this point? Oh, is that the time?
Paul and John, here's another for you.
Oh, cricket, obviously, black and white. The Pope. Yes, what's that? The Holy Beach Ball of Lords. What's that? Nuns. At least one of them's a man, I can see from here. The Vatican's got its own cricket team.
It has. Do you know what they're called?
The Angels, the Saints, the Pope's cricket team, the Vatican 11.
They're called the St Peter's Cricket Club. And if you ask for an LBW decision, they'll deny you 3 times, apparently. Yes, get those references in. Yes, sorry, Giles. What does the Pope think of it?
Yeah, they have 6-day matches, but never 7.
The Pope is really into football.
He is indeed, as we can see here in this photo. Oh, bollocks, it's not coming. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm being quite unprofessional tonight. It's hormones, everyone. It's not really. I haven't got any hormones in my body anymore, thank God. My husband's pleased. I haven't assaulted him for months. Do you know what Father Theodore Mascarenhas, the Vatican Cricket Club president, had to say? By the way, to give you a clue, he's an Indian spin bowler and he moves the ball in a mysterious way. Sorry. Well, he said, we hope that one day we will be able to translate silly mid-off into Latin. Want to have a crack at that, Giles?
My Latin is terrible. For years I thought in loco parentis meant my dad's an engine driver.
Julius Caesar used to tell that one.
What is the fastest growing language in the UK?
Emoji.
It is emoji.
In which I happen to be fluent.
Oh, laughing face, crying face, poo?
Would you like to explain what it is, Ian?
It's not language, is it? It's people putting little drawings on texts.
People using symbols to create communication. Yeah, it's not a language.
Yeah, shall we have a look at some popular emojis?
Yes. Popular emojis.
Here's one.
That's crying face.
Yeah, crying with laughter.
Crying
that
with
one
laughter,
is.
yeah.
What about this one?
Oh, is he winking?
He is winking.
Oh, wink.
My own particular favourite, ghost with black eye. Carrie, do you seem fluent?
I am fluent, definitely. In
What
emoji.
is ghost with black eye?
It's just like, woo.
But there's no accentuation on it. I can't tell whether it's woo, woo, or woo.
Well, when the emojis take over and you're filling out your CV...
Are they raced now?
Yes.
Oh, my God, the emojis are coming. Don't tell UKIP.
When the future...
You're not alone here, Kai. I am on board with emojis.
Thanks.
If you write all day, the last thing you want to do in the evening is superfluous writing.
You could go out or talk.
If you text me, Ian, saying, do you want to go out? I'd say, woo. And then you wouldn't know what it meant, so it wouldn't happen.
No, it wouldn't happen anyway.
Oh, snubbed by Ian Hislop.
No, not snubbed. I don't know what a text is.
Maybe you should ask someone else on the panel, wink face. Sorry, I'm not really... I don't actually use emojis myself, unless, of course, it's an absolute emergency. Oh, come on.
It's now time for the odd one out round. Just one between you this week. Ming the mollusk, Glenn Greenwald's phone, Bert Quack, and the E. coli 0157.
Well, I think it's called Ming the mollusk because it's 500 years old and dates back to the Ming dynasty. And scientists found it, didn't know how old it was, killed it. And then discovered it was the oldest animal that they think has ever lived.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you can get ill from eating those. E. coli can make you ill.
Absolutely. Bert Quack, is it the actor or is it the part he's playing there in the Pink Panther films as Cato? It's the actor.
It's the part.
It's
he's
the
playing
part.
Cato.
Give us a clue.
Yeah.
Containing the answer. Oh, cold. Cold.
Oh, right, OK. Yes, Cato was hidden in a fridge.
Yes.
He was hiding in a fridge in one of the films, Shot in the Dark, I think, and he comes, bang. So it's about people being put in fridges. The mollusk should have been put in a fridge and it would have survived. Cato jumped out of a fridge, he was all right. The E. coli bacteria is all right if you freeze it. And it's the bloke with the phone.
His phone was
the
hidden
fridge
in a
thing
fridge.
was right. Everything else was wrong, but
Yeah,
I'm still
good.
going to give you a point because I feel like we should move on.
No, but the other one out, it was Glenn Greenwald's phone.
No, it wasn't. Stop taking over. You can do that on your radio show, which is on at 3:30.
You've got a radio show?
Yeah, Mondays, 2
I'm going to write that down.
The odd one out is Ming the mollusk.
Ming the mollusk.
All the others have survived a stint in the freezer, except for Ming the mollusk, who died. Glenn Greenwald, the former Guardian journalist who was involved in the publication of the intelligence emails leaked by Edward Snowden, regularly used to put his phone in the freezer. Why would he do that?
He was worried it would be bugged.
Or security, yes. There's an even more effective place you can put your phone to stop anyone hacking it. Any ideas?
Is that News International HQ?
A martini shaker.
Oh, OK.
E. coli 0157, one of the nastiest strains of E. coli, can survive in the fridge or the freezer. How old were you when you first got colonised by an E. coli bacterium, Janet?
Funnily enough, I had amoebic dysentery when I was 7. And I was actually in hospital.
How on earth did you get that? I thought that was...
I got it in Fulham. I grew up quite near you, Paul.
Yes.
I think it's something you sent from Fulham Palace Road to my road.
I used to send out those parcels all the time.
Ming the mollusk was an ocean quahog, a type of clam. How easy is it to date a clam?
Well, you have to get them drunk first.
There's an app called Chowder.
You need to watch out for chlamydia, though. It's quite... No, I've never dated a clam before.
No.
Pulled a few muscles. But if nothing else, this story brought out a certain solidarity amongst headline writers. What do you think the Independent, the Mirror and the Mail all went with for their headline?
Clam dead after 500 years. No, that wouldn't be very good, would it? Shuts.
Clam shut. Clam shell, clam shut, clam...
Tears, cry.
Yes. Clam claps mime artist. No.
Are you taking the piss? You know what it is now.
No. You do. This is what stupid people look like.
I've never seen anyone worse at charades than you.
No. That is a very good clam mime.
We got the clam
Oh,
bit.
sorry. The sad bit, the sorrow. What would happen? Oh, damn, it's such a...
A shame.
Crocodile. What a shame! Calamity! Calamity, Ian!
No, that's terrible.
No, Ian! What is it terrible? It's a calamity! I'm not mad, am I? You all got that.
What were the tears for? How would that lead us to calamity as a pun?
That was useless.
Right, you're going... You can be the panellist now. Come on.